Hey everybody, welcome to today's live stream. This is the Light Side Reactions and Reviews. Happy Easter Sunday. I We are actually we're actually doing our live stream an hour early today, and I had announced on my previous live stream last weekend that we weren't going to do one today. So if any of you happen to wander in here and see me doing this live stream, this was a last minute decision that I made to go ahead and do one. It'll probably be a little bit shorter than the typical live streams that I normally do because it is Easter Sunday. We had our church service this morning and it went really well. But I'm wanting to get over to visit with my mom for a while for Easter Sunday while she's recuperating from her stroke that she had, and spend some time with her on this special day. So that's why I'm going ahead and doing this an hour early. And I decided to do it today because I have to eat anyway. And I wanted to grab something quick. And I was just looking at what the specials were around town. I didn't really see anything advertised. Wasn't anything on any of the apps that I could download that really looked appealing to me. So I looked through some of the recommendations that you guys had for me, and somebody recently recommended Taco Bell. So that's what I'm doing today. We're doing Taco Bell, and we are at Taco Bell at 342 Pike Street in Marietta, Ohio. I just went through the drive-through, and the service was great. It was very quick, extremely quick. They took my order, and I pulled up to the window and paid, and they had the order waiting for me. The second that I paid, they handed me back my card and my receipt, and they handed me the food with it. So very speedy service in the drive-through. What I ordered today is their grilled cheese burrito deluxe box, and I got that because it looks like I have no idea what really it is other than what it says here on the receipt, the items that are in it. But I knew it was going to be several items, so I got it because I thought it would be a good opportunity to taste test some different items and get them for one bulk price. And $9.99 for several items. It comes with a grilled cheese burrito, and that sounds odd to me, the combination of grilled cheese and a burrito. But we're going to try it and see how it is. Grilled cheese is fine. I like grilled cheese. I like burritos. I never imagined the two of them being something that you would combine into one product. But today we're going to find out what it's like. So it comes with one of those, a grilled cheese burrito. It comes with a beef chalupa supreme. And I have had their chalupas before. And I've also had their gorditas. And I always get those mixed up. I can't remember which is which, the chalupa or the gordita. And I preferred one over the other, but they were both good. And so I'm not sure which one this is that I'm getting, but it is the beef chalupa that comes with this that I got. It also comes with a chicken soft taco. And when it comes to tacos, I prefer the soft tacos to the hard tacos for the simple reason that they're less messy. They're easier to eat. I just like the soft tacos better than the hard tacos anyway, hard shell. And it comes with a cinnamon twist. And I'm not big on the desserts and cinnamon and stuff like that, but it comes with it, so we'll try it and see how it is. Normally, I would not get that as a side, but we're going to get one today. And it also comes with a medium drink, and I got the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Now, I've had this before. For those of you that are familiar with Mountain Dew, I have always been a huge fan of Mountain Dew, those types of citrus flavored sodas. Mountain Dew Surge was one back in the 90s that I really loved, and Vault was another one, VAULT. Those type of high caffeine content citrus flavored sodas. I was a huge fan of those. And in fact, some of my medical issues that I've had recently, to where I've had to change my diet, has been because of that, because of those energy drinks and stuff that I drank too much of. And the doctor made me lay off of them. So I haven't had Mountain Dew or any soda for that matter for years, except I think within the last couple years I may have had one or two colas, but for the most part, I've given up colas entirely. I haven't had Mountain Dew for probably 5, 6 years, and that was something that giving that up was a big thing for me. But anyway, I remember the Mountain Dew, the Baja Blast, was something that was exclusive to Taco Bell. It had a very sugary flavor to it, and it was very sweet, and it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. And so I'm cheating today, not only on the fast food, but also on the soft drink, because it wasn't any cheaper to just pass on the drink. So I was like, just go ahead, and I'll go ahead and take it just for today only. And I may not even drink the whole thing, but I've got it just to taste it, if nothing else. But anyway, that's what we got. We got the grilled cheese burrito deluxe box. And once again, the items that come in that is the grilled cheese burrito, a beef chalupa supreme, chicken soft taco, a cinnamon twist, and the Mountain Dew Baja Blast medium size. And all that's for $9.99. So that sounds like a good deal. Just a taste sampler for only $10 compared to, $15 to $20 is what these meals have been costing at fast food places. And it also comes with an avocado salsa packet, and I asked them to give me some mild sauce as well. I've mentioned before that I do like Mexican food, but I can't. I've got chronic heartburn, so I can't stomach the literally can't stomach the really hot salsas. And for those of you that enjoy Mexican food and spicy foods, what I consider to be spicy, a lot of you probably would just laugh at. You say that's mild compared to the kind of stuff that you would enjoy. But anyway, that's what we got. And just for good measure, I also ordered a Crunchwrap Supreme because I didn't know how much content this would be for a meal. And I do remember I enjoyed the Crunchwrap Supremes when I got those before. So I went ahead and got one of those also, and it was $5.79. So when you consider the one item was $5.79, and then here you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 items for $9.99. That sounds like a good bargain, good deal for that package. So anyway, that's what we got. The total came to $15.78, and they asked me, they always do this at these fast food restaurants, if you want to round up to the nearest dollar to support whatever charity that they're supporting. And apparently they have this college fund or something at this local Taco Bell. So I just told them go ahead and round that up, and it came to an even $16. So this looks like a decent haul for $16. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. Because like I said, I want to get this done and over with so I can go visit with my mother on Easter Sunday. But anyway, like I said, the service was really quick, was really speedy. Went through the drive-through, very convenient. Here's what the box looks like. Taco Bell box. We'll go ahead and open it up. There's some sauces on the top. Nice little handful of napkins. We'll set those aside. So that's what the cinnamon twists look like. Okay, let's see if you can see that for the thumbnail. And let's see. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with these since they're on the top. This is the cinnamon twists. And it's, you can tell just by looking at it right off the bat, real lightweight, extremely lightweight, real fluffy. It's probably mostly air. And so it's like a puff pastry sort of thing. Hard texture, almost like a sugary. It looks like the composition is just sugar rolled up into this shape. And it's little sugar crystals and stuff with cinnamon sprinkles on it to give it the flavor. And so let's go ahead and try one. Okay. It's not overbearing on the cinnamon, so that's a good thing. Okay. Now me, cinnamon's okay. I don't dislike cinnamon, but I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon. So I'm glad that the cinnamon flavor isn't strong. It's not overbearing. That way it's more palatable. You can eat it. You can taste the cinnamon in it, but it's not something that's going to offend the taste buds of people that don't care for cinnamon that much. Very light, fluffy. Well, not fluffy, because it's a hard texture. They don't bend or anything. If I was pushed down on that, it would break. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that here to show you. I'll just snap it. And it just shattered into a bunch of little crystals. So we won't do that again. That gives you an idea of the texture of it. So again, it's more of a dessert sort of thing as a side. It's not something I would pay money for. But it doesn't taste bad. It's just not my cup of tea. All right, we'll set those aside. Get those out of the way. Okay, next we've got looks like this is probably the soft taco. And here it comes wrapped in a little thin piece of paper. Yep, that's soft taco. Okay, here's what it looks like. Soft taco shell. Okay, it's got you can see the inside of it. See, we got the pico de gallo, I think is how you pronounce that, which is a combination of like diced tomatoes, lettuce, shredded cheese. Is that yellow cheddar? Looks like cheese. So that's good. And then I believe the soft taco is chicken. So this is chicken inside of it. Let's see. I don't know if you can see the actual chicken there. And the what's that meat called that's in the bottom of it also. But it's got that in there. The I know what it's called. I can't think of it. I'm going to go ahead and eat this without the sauce on it. Not much to it. I mean, you could eat this probably in 3 bites. Refried beans. That's what I was trying to get at. It's got good flavor. You taste the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and get a taste of this Baja Blast. Here's what it looks like. It's Mountain Dew. It's distinctive because you can tell by looking at it. It's got this real bright green color to it. Okay. Now this, I can tell right off the bat, this is watered down. It doesn't have the strong flavor that I remember. So it's probably been in a machine where it's had ice in it, and the ice has watered down the flavor a little bit. So that's always something whenever you get fountain drinks. That's something that comes with the territory, is it ends up getting watered down because of the ice in the machine to keep it cold as well. Mm. It's a good taco. And again, this is a fast food taco, so if you're used to like these fancy, authentic Mexican restaurants, this probably isn't going to hold a candle to what you would get at one of those. But for fast food tacos, it's got a good flavor to it. It's enjoyable. Mm. Here I am spilling little pieces out. It's not too messy. Now, a lot of times these are very messy and you're spilling them all over the place. Especially, that's another reason why I prefer the soft tacos to the hard shell tacos, is because the hard shell tacos are even messier. The shell will crack and break all over the place. For the most part, the soft tacos, you can mitigate that spill by folding it over to trap some of that inside, where you can't do that with the hard shell tacos. All right. So we got that out of the way. And again, that was a small item. If I was going to order something to eat, like for example, you'd go through McDonald's and get like a Big Mac, or if you'd go through Burger King and get a Whopper, or Wendy's and get a double, Dave's double, or whatever it may be, this isn't going to be nearly enough to fill you up as much as one of those would. This maybe be half of one of those. This would be about the size, comparison-wise, for the interruption in our live stream. Hopefully those of you that got knocked off the stream can find your way back. But as I was saying on the soft taco, the portion size, when you're comparing it to like fast food sandwiches, would be more comparable to the portion size that you would get with maybe a cheeseburger from McDonald's, or maybe a McDouble, that sort of thing. So it's not the sort of thing that's going to, one of these is going to fill up an adult. So anyway, that's what you get with that. All right, moving on to the next one. We've got cheesy gordita crunch. And here's how it comes wrapped in the thin paper. Okay, I can tell just by looking at this, this is one that I liked. It's got this this kind of like a soft taco shell, but it's like real thick and real nice texture to it. Real good flavor that I remember that it has. And it's basically just a little bit bigger soft taco with a different type of shell. And in this case, it's the gordita. Is that right, gordita? No, chalupa. This is the chalupa shell. So, again, I'm going to go ahead and eat this without the sauce on it, just to get the authentic taste. I'll open it up a little bit so you can see the inside, hopefully. Again, this is hard to do without spilling it all over the place. A lot of the toppings there. You can see the shredded lettuce again, just like with the soft taco. the pico de gallo, the diced tomatoes, the shredded cheese. Then you got the refried beans down the bottom, and the beef in it. There you can see, I can see the beef coming out the side there a little bit. It's a thin layer of the beef. This is heavy on the lettuce and those type of toppings. And the bottom is falling out of it, so I'm going to go ahead take that big bite before it falls apart. Because yeah, it fell apart on me. Here you can see the bottom flaky. In fact, it's flaking apart. And that's why it's getting messy here. So far, this is the messiest of the items that we've had today. Literally, it's falling apart all over the place. So I'm going to spread out this wrapper that it came in. Hopefully try to catch these little bits and pieces that fall out. And I'm going to take a bite from the other side before it falls apart. Not really having the time to savor this one, simply because I'm having to take big bites and eat it before it falls all over everything. But it is good. It'd be better if I put a little bit of that sauce on it. But I'm not going to mess with that right now. Just going to make do because it's falling apart. And I don't want to risk falling apart even more and, you know, getting to eat it because it's all in pieces. Yeah, you can taste the beef down the bottom. And the refried beans. It's got a good flavor to it. Standard, what you'd expect from Taco Bell. Unfortunately, it is heavy on the other toppings, and so that's making it excessively messy. I do like the shell. It's thicker than the soft taco shell. If you've ever had a chalupa before, you know what the shells are like. It's just standard. It's the same way I remember them tasting before. If I had a choice between this and a regular soft taco, I would take this. And the difference is in that shell. It's a thicker texture. And I don't know if you can see it very well there, the texture of that. You can see maybe the inside. But see how thick that the toppings are on there compared to the others. See there that you can see the beef down right there, down the bottom. So it's got the beef on there, but the lettuce is overwhelming on this. Maybe too much lettuce in comparison to the other items on it. Other than that, I've got no complaints. I mean, it's good flavor. It's a good little for lack of a better word, sandwich. All right. And once again, I've dirtied my good Sunday shirt, so I'm going to have to go wash it again. So, finishing up all the little bits and pieces that fell out. Don't want to waste them. And then wrapper, crunch it up, drop it in the box. Now it brings us to another sip of the Baja Blast. Wash that down. And again, the Baja Blast is a little bit watered down compared to what I'm used to. Come to our last item in the box, which is the grilled cheese burrito. Now this is the one that I'm a little bit confused about. Doesn't sound like something that should work. Now this one is wrapped in the aluminum foil, so it's still warm. Where the others were starting to get cool down a little bit, this is still piping hot. Oh my goodness, look at that. The cheese, that looks good. Look at this. The cheese just melted all over that. Okay, it's got your soft taco type or your burrito shell. Okay, let's fix this. Tripod playing with me. There we go. Okay, nice looking burrito here. All folded over, nice and tight. It's not spilling out. There's no openings there. So you're not going to be spilling a lot of stuff. They really packaged this one really well. Look at that cheese on the top, just melted across there. That looks good to me. And it almost looks like the cheese is holding it together. That's the melted cheese has kind of fused it together. It's you can see it's browned on both sides. Okay, now for the final verdict on it, we go for the taste test. Now that is odd. It's almost got like a pepperoni type flavor. Is that pepperoni in there? That is a different taste. I'm not sure what that is. Now they say this is a grilled cheese burrito. But whatever they've got in this, it's got a distinct taste to it. It's a little bit spicy. It's not your typical grilled cheese flavor. Mm. I don't know if I can open that up and see what's in there. Okay, there's rice. You can see there's rice in there. You can see some kind of a meat. I figure that's some kind of beef. Yeah. Right here. This looks like pepperoni. I'll bet that's what I'm tasting. No? This has got kind of a flat flavor. That's not what I'm tasting. There's something else in here. You get a little chunk of this meat. That's it. It's the meat. Whatever this meat is they've got in here, it's got a little bit of a kick to it. I like it. This burrito, it's thick, it's big, as far as big round, and it's stuffed full, so good value to it as far as the ingredients in it, the quantity of ingredients, and again, that flavor, it surprised me. I'm liking it. It's unusual, but it's something that's good for a change. I'm not sure I would want this every time I went to Taco Bell, but it's enjoyable, definitely. Very good flavor. And the cheese just melded all over this, holding it together, fused together. And this isn't going to fall apart. This isn't falling apart and spilling all over every place, like the soft taco and the chalupa was doing. When they put this together, they did that right. Big bite there. Got that flavorful meat, or whatever that is. I'll have to look up later online, go to their website and see what their ingredients are on this. Cheese is just melted in there. I don't know if you can see that, but over in here, the cheese is just melted through there. And especially on the outside, where the opening was, it's fused together with that melted cheese. So if you're somebody like me that likes cheese, this is definitely a menu item to check out. The grilled cheese burrito. This is my surprise item of the day. I wasn't expecting to enjoy a grilled cheese burrito, but this is good. In fact, of all the items that came in this box, this is my favorite. And I really enjoyed that chalupa. Well, I enjoy their chalupas, I'll put it that way. This one I had today was just falling apart so much that I really didn't have the time to enjoy it as I would have preferred. Simply because I basically just devoured it in order to keep it from falling apart everywhere. But yeah, this is the menu item of the day for me. Okay, last bite. That was very good. And now, here's the nice thing about this packaging, the way it comes. This right here is all of the paper that the items came packaged in, rolled up into a ball, drop it inside the box, and I'll just toss it in the trash inside the box. No fuss, no muss. Then here's the sauces that came with it that I ended up not using. You got your mild sauce. And there are sauces come with little sayings on them. And there's multiple different sayings on it. So when you get your packets, it's kind of like you used to get the, I'm telling my age here, but back when you used to get the bubble gum wrapped in the little, they came in like little square pieces. I forget what they were called, but it was bubble gum, and they would have like cartoons on the wrappers and stuff, and each one was different, and they'd have jokes and stuff on it. They kind of took a page from that. Bazooka Joe, that's what it was. The old Bazooka Joe bubble gum. And so it looks like Taco Bell took a page from their book and started putting these little messages on their wrappers. And by the way, this vitamin water that I get, Glosso brand, they do the same thing on their bottles as well. For example, this one right here, vitamin water energy drink. On this one, it says, "Bring the kind of energy infomercial audiences are paid to bring." Now, those of you that are a little bit older, some of the newer generation might not get that. It might go over your heads. Might be before your time. But it used to be on late night television, after midnight, was when they would bring out the infomercials on network television. And back in the real old days, they'd actually go off the air around 2 a.m. The stations would finish their broadcast day around 2 a.m. And then for the next several hours until like 6 or 7 in the morning, they would be off air. And if you turned on the TV between those hours, it would be just plain static. And so at the end of the broadcast day at 2 a.m., they would close by playing the national anthem. And they'd have this, they'd do it every single time, every night. And then when they started back up in the morning, they do the same thing. The first thing you'd hear was the national anthem come on. And so in fact, if you watch some old movies, the original Poltergeist movie from the 1980s, there's a scene in that movie where the little girl, the family falls asleep watching the television. And so the scene where the girl sees the ghost in the television for the first time is where the TV goes off the air and you can see the static and stuff. And the last thing you can see before it goes off the air is you hear the national anthem being played with this inspiring footage. But and I remember that vividly to this day, even though it's been probably 40 years, 30 or 40 years since I've seen that, since they've done it. But then the next generation, once they started staying, they came out with cable TV. This is before cable when they did that. Then cable TV came out and they started having 24-hour television. So it didn't go off the air. And so they eliminated that, playing the national anthem and then having static for a couple hours in the wee hours of the night. And so since their audiences weren't nearly as big in the middle of the night than was in the daytime or during prime time, that's when they would drag out the infomercials, the paid TV shows, which would be basically a half-hour commercial that these companies would pay to broadcast on the air. And they'd have all these audiences on there that would cheer and go crazy over the product. And it was real cringy sort of thing, because you just know, it's kind of like the Home Shopping Network sort of thing. It was, except it was these as seen on TV items that you might find in the your local Walmart on the special section by the front checkout counters. But they would advertise these products, and they would have their audiences would be these, you would hear them doing, it would almost sound like the canned laughter sort of thing and the applause, whereas it's obviously fake. But it was actually people that they paid to act excited and to cheer for the product and stuff, and ooh and ah and all that kind of stuff. So that's what that's getting at, is bring the kind of energy infomercial audiences are paid to bring. So they paid their audiences to act all excited and stuff in order to get you watching the TV to buy their products. And then after that came the Home Shopping Network, was the next iteration of that on cable TV. Nowadays, I figure they've pretty much gone the way of the dodo bird also. They're the way of the dinosaur, kind of gone extinct. They probably don't have infomercials that much anymore. In fact, I don't know how much of a thing network television is anymore now that you've got streaming and stuff. Even the network stations, CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, these stations are pretty much losing a lot of their audiences as well, except for the news 24-hour news channels that they have. So again, that's off on a little bit of a tangent there, but anyway, that's what that's getting at. And so they put those little inspirational sayings on the side of their drinks. Now, if you get another bottle, it'll say something different on it. And so Taco Bell did the same thing with their their sauces. And the mild sauces, they've got like 5 or 6 different sayings on those. The mediums have different sayings, and the fire sauces have different sayings on those as well. So if you only get the mild sauce, you're only going to get those sayings. But some of them they have is, for example, this one says, "Play it cool." And this one says, "That moment when, ... So fill in the blank, that moment when, whatever. And then the third one here says, "It's a secret." So again, something else that might remind you of is when we were kids, we had the heart candies, the Valentine candies that we gave out in school, elementary school, to all our friends and stuff. And they had the cute little sayings on those. "Be mine, be my Valentine, I heart you," that kind of stuff thing. Anyway, getting off on a tangent. We do that, when we're done eating each week. Talk a little bit about nothing or whatever pops in our heads. The other the other item they've got here they gave me is an avocado verde salsa, and it says on it, "Trust the process." And so there's what that packet looks like. And I ended up not using any of those packets. So I've still got the Crunchwrap Supreme that I didn't get to. I'm going to save that for later. And so that what we have reviewed for today is just what came in the box. And so I'll go ahead and keep these sauces, because you never know. As I said in previous videos, the condiments they give you for free, might as well hang on to them. Put them inside the crisper in your refrigerator. And then someday down the road, if you buy some store-bought Mexican dinners, like from the frozen section of your local grocery store or whatever, or you might order Taco Bell and run out of sauces, then you can have these in the refrigerator at your beck and call. So I'll keep those in the box for now. And then when I get home, I'll toss the box and the papers out and keep the condiments inside. Anyway, that's our review today for the food. Overall, didn't completely fill me up. I think I could still eat that Crunchwrap Supreme that we're not getting to today. But it almost filled me up. And for $16, $15 and change, that's not a bad deal. It's a little bit less filling than the other meals I have, but it's also cheaper. The other, like we went to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, all that in the past several weeks. And the meals that filled me up there were in the ballpark of $20, 18, 19, $20. So for $16 and to almost, well, $16 includes the crunch wrap that I didn't eat. So eating that would probably fill me up. I'm sure it would. So I would say price-wise, that's a good bargain. This box, if you enjoy each of those items and there's nothing in there that you absolutely hate, I'd say it's a bargain to go ahead and get that box and try it. You never know. Some of these items you might have never tried before, and it gives you an opportunity to taste them and see if you like them, like I did today. Some of these I'd never heard of before, like a grilled cheese burrito. I mean, I wouldn't even imagine even attempting to put something like that together, that would be a thing that I would enjoy. Turns out, surprise, surprise, that was my favorite thing that we had to eat today. So I would say if you haven't tried haven't tried these items from Taco Bell, you might as well just go ahead and get you one of these boxes. And for $10, $9.99, you get all those items that we just sampled today. And for $10, that almost filled me up. And so with the extra $5.79 for the Crunchwrap Supreme, that would have definitely, I'm sure, filled me up. So it's up to you guys. You know, your taste buds are different from mine, but that's my verdict. I enjoyed this. I thought it was a good meal. And so thank you for the ones that recommended Taco Bell to me. And so I guess that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe so that you'll know when we do another stream. But typically we're going to do a stream every Sunday afternoon at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time. And so come on back on Sunday afternoons and join us as we try some different types of foods here in the van and compare and contrast with some other items. And you can always recommend in the comments section where you think I should eat, some places that you've enjoyed and you think I might also. Go ahead and comment, especially if they have a certain item that you like. Let me know what those items are, and when I go there, I'll try those items. And we'll see how my taste compares to yours. Anyway, thanks again for watching. My mother is improving. She, for those of you that are curious about her, my dad has been with her every single day since all this happened for over a month now. He's been driving 2.5 hours back and forth, one-way trip to Columbus while she was up there. Now she is back in our hometown, and so it's only a half-hour drive from home to get there. And he goes in and spends the entire day with her. And I think that has been a huge help for her with doing her physical therapy and stuff. And he's really keeping on her and making sure she does that. Yesterday, she was actually getting back some movement in her left leg. He would hold out his hand and tell her to press her foot against his hand. And she did it for him several times. And he called in the nurse to show the nurse, and she wouldn't do it for the nurse, but she did it for Dad several times. So that's a little bit of stubbornness maybe in her, or maybe she just didn't have the strength to do it when the nurse was there. And so those of you that know me, that know I have a stubborn streak, maybe I get that from her. But again, maybe that is just she can't do it quite yet, but he was able to get her inspired to do that. Her arm is doing much better. She's gaining back the use of her left side. So thank you guys for your prayers and your thoughts. She is improving, and I'm looking forward to the day when she gets to come home and get back into her familiar surroundings. So it is Easter Sunday. I'm going to go over and visit with her for a while before I head home. And I wish all of you a very blessed Resurrection Day. Have a great week. Thank you for being with me through the Lenten season as we taste tested the different fish items. And so now that Lenten season is over, Easter is done effective today. And so we're moving on from the fish to just whatever pops into our minds. So if you have any recommendations of any place, particularly fast food that's available in southeastern Ohio in general, because that's where I'm located. And hopefully I'll be able to visit some of these places that you recommend, and we'll enjoy these together. Thank you again so much for watching, for subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you. Once again, happy Easter, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.